Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Greg Allison, Green Greg's, coming to you live on, excuse me, live on 11 August 21. Time on deck, 5,700 hours Central Daylight Time. Hope everybody's doing well today. Today, we're going to cover hope mongering. Hope. In these perilous, fearful times, there are still things to have hope about. And so we're going to talk about that. So sometimes we need hope to get us through, hope to help us make it through the next day. There's so much in this world of fear. And I get accused of being a fear monger all too often. But my messages are usually about things that you can do about it, how to avoid these situations, how to make the world better. But, you know, if we ignore the threats before us and keep our head in the sand, that doesn't serve us well either. Because there's a proposition on my channel, I have to say, alive, thrive, and out of the hive. And I always tell you to keep your eyes wide open and head on the swivel. And I'll always tell you that I'm going to bring you the news that you need to help you keep your eyes wide open and head on the swivel, so you can, so we can accomplish our goals together. So, my friends, there's a lot going on in the world. We talk about that, and a lot of people get fearful of that. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You know, for one, I did a video just recently of the habitat. Now, I'm going to tell you something. There's got to be one hopeful concept, this habitat I had. And we'll talk about that some, because a lot of people got these misconceptions that it's got to have glass on top, it's got to be hot, it's got to be a greenhouse, that, and none of those things are true. Or it's got to be expensive, it's going to be a $500,000 house. Well, it could be. You could build it that way. Or you could build it out of free stuff and you know, trash, basically, like earthship houses. In that case, it's labor. But if you don't want to spend labor, you can use a 3D printer to print it up, and it would be cheaper than a block built house. And in the presentation, I showed those things, and I talked about all this stuff, but a lot of people didn't recognize that, because most people would just look at the first picture, watch the first 3 minutes of video, make a snap judgment, and then they know all about it, including all that stuff that you covered that they never heard. So that's kind of interesting, right? But anyway, we'll clear the air on that. We have some Q&A here tonight. And also something else. I did this video about China and the situation there. Well, friends, you know, China is our biggest threat today in the world. But, you know, when I was a young man and we faced off with the Soviet Union had 45,000 nukes. They had over 6 million soldiers. They had more tanks. They had more artillery pieces. They had more of everything. And they were on the border ready to go in Europe. And they wanted to go, but we had the resolve that kept them from going. And sometimes that's what it takes to avert situations. As much as they wanted to go, they didn't do it. It didn't happen. And eventually the Soviet Union fell apart. Of course, the Soviet Union didn't have the manufacturing base the United States does. And China has more of a manufacturing base than us. So China is going to be more interesting, more challenging to deal with, but it can still be done. And I've talked about that. So before you lose hope and faith, I've got a young follower here. I'll bring this up because I got a young follower who worries about these things quite a bit. And so he's always kind of concerned about what's cooking and how we survive. And he's always, oh my God, something else to be afraid of every time I post a video. You know, that's not the spirit of my videos. And I always tell you in this channel, never panic. And I also don't say, don't be scared, be prepared. You know, you have a lot more faith and confidence in what you face if you're knowing you're doing it, your level best to stay ready for it. You may not be able to do anything and everything, nobody can, but do your level best. So I really preach preparedness, but a lot of that is just growing gardens. And I've done a lot of videos on how to eat free from the weeds and the trees. There's a lot of stuff you can learn about bushcrafting. They really don't cost you much. I have time knots. I mean, how much does that cost you? Learn how to make a campfire. Go bushwhacking. Bivouacking, you know, which is, yeah, it does rhyme with bushwhacking. Alliterates too, don't it? No, don't go bushwhacking. We don't like warfare or anything like that here. So let's see. Jesse Mills, one issue of the house is what is pollinating the plant. Same thing it does in the greenhouse. Same way you do it in the greenhouse. Now you can have open panels to let pollinators in and out if you got enough of them ganged up together. And I answered this in one of the questions. If you have enough of these things gained together, you can actually put pollinators inside, like in a, you know, there's, if you go to the Botanical Gardens in Huntsville, they've got a greenhouse that has nothing but butterflies in it. It's a greenhouse for butterflies. So you can have butterflies, you can have bees. And you need little bees too, not just honeybees. Honeybees we want the little bees too, because honeybees aren't always the best bees, believe it or not. So there's several things you need: bumblebees, honeybees, little bees, wood bees, bees that would, bees that could. You need a lot. Hey, Cunningham, how you doing? Daniel, Brandy, Robinson, Jesse Mills. Yeah, so you need several things. I'll look back up through here in a minute. So, but also you can self-pollinate a lot of plants. You know, tomato bloom, the tomato blossom has both the male and female parts inside of it. And it is such that if you just go to tap it right above the bloom on the stem, the pollen will drop down and fertilize that plant, and you'll have a tomato. Now, some things can be pollinated by bees. Some things you might want to just get a little swab and go flower to flower. They do that in some greenhouses. Sometimes people are pollinators. So there's many ways to pollinate. So, and another thing, the notion of the roof over it is entirely notional. That's why in a lot of the drawings and presentations I showed, I had that drawn in pencil and everything else is in pen. You don't have to have a roof on it at all. It helps in many applications. Most applications it will help, especially if you want to use a hot area to create heat that can be vented to pull the cool air through the shafts, but you can do it with a fan too, ground shafts. So there are many, many ways to accomplish these things, my friends. The key things about the concept I got is thermal mass, shielding its walls, and having it big enough to grow your food. We can go into that more later. So, and then I did show a picture. You know, the roof could be a hoop house. It could be polyethylene, like I've got on my greenhouse, or it could be polyurethane. I mean, polycarbonate. Polycarbonate lasts longer, but it's not forever either. You can put glass; it lasts longer, but it has its hazards. So, and guess what, guys? I've got tons of windows in my back lot back here that I've just picked up for free off the side of the road. I mean, just a crazy amount of windows because I've been collecting them for years, and I plan to build some projects with that. So I'm being criticized by some people for having all this stuff. You know what? I got a lot of building material for free. So if you want to build greenhouses, you want to build a habitat, yeah, that's what I bought it. Got it for, guys. Free, 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 free. Hopemongering, says Andrew. Yes, Andrew, this show is for you. Have some hope. You may have to go back and listen to my first part you just missed, Andrew. So let's see what people in here say. I see you, ERRN. Hi, my friend. Good to see you. Casual Fairness. Hello from the Gulf Coast of Alabama. Hello. All right. So if you're just joining my video and you never joined before, what I do on Wednesday nights and Friday nights, I typically have a video for my followers, my subscribers. This is a channel of friends and family. We're like a family in here when we have these chat rooms. And see, one of the things we can always hope for is this: no matter what happens, we still have some friends and we still have some family. And there might be a few of you out there who are just totally loners, hermits that got no other friends and family. But if you're in here, you got us. We're your family. We're your friends. And that's what this chat is for. It is a community session, especially in times when people aren't congregating as much as they used to because of the Mexican beer bug going around, if you know what I mean. So there we go. Hi, Rocket Man. Hope you're better than yesterday. I'm okay today, but strange enough, I didn't sleep for about 3 hours last night. But and I got to, after this show's over, go outside and plant macrogreens in my trailer tonight. I got to do planting tonight and we're around it. So I'm not going to be on here till 2 o'clock in the morning because I got to get out there and get to work. So Kamalaka says, hello, everyone. And let's see, Pearly Gray says, hello. Hey, Pearly, you had some good comments on my videos there. I don't remember if I had time to really respond to them. She had some good comments. So Jesse Mills, hi all from Northeast Arizona. Hey, I got a property there. Jesse Mills. What town are you closest to, Jesse? Let's admit, high scrappy cat. Let's see here. Everybody's talking to each other. And that's what this is for. Chuck Norris Bang Bang Club says, I designed a self-contained renewable Mars habitat in 6th grade. There you go. Some old guy got the grant from NASA, the same design a few years later. Wow. Ain't nobody built anything up there yet. Roger Garland, you can order a geodesic dome, insulated dome home. True. And look, one of my concepts, if you saw it, has a dome cover over it. but it's still got the thermal mass and the growing area inside. So that's the big thing. So let's see here. Fanny Robinson, that's a good question. Well, I just answered that. And Daniel says, the hardest swiveling heads in the Thrive business. Howdy, y'all. There you go. We are the swivel heads, the hardest swiveling heads, according to Daniel. We should be the most aware. Corn wasps are harmless. They pollinate plants, live in the corn stalk, eat cabbage worms. There you go. That's the kind of wasp we need. Chuck Bang Bang Club. Definitely corn wasps. That sounds good. All right, so Bob Dobbs. Really learned a lot from you. Much appreciated, Green Griggs. Well, how you doing up in Alaska? Yeah, I heard one of your comments of somebody saying how that everybody on the West Coast would just welcome the Chinese in, you know, and you said, not us Alaskans. Guys, when I was in the Army in Alaska, my unit only had 50 M16. We had 200, 250 people as typical of the company. And we only had about 50 M16. We weren't considered a combat unit. And funny thing was, we suddenly got an infantry commander of the base before I left. And he decided, by gosh, we were going to be combat trained. So he sent us all out maneuvers, but we didn't have rifles. So we had a bunch of grown men in the Army, wearing Army uniforms, running through the woods, carrying sticks, going bang, bang, bang. I laughed myself silly the whole thought of it. You know, sure, we really did. I thought, man, I used to do this as a kid. Now I'm getting paid for it. But you know what gave me comfort when I was in the Army was the civilians around there, because you go to any civilian house and they would open up a locker and it would be full of things that go bang. And it would be, okay, I know who's going to protect the Army. Usually you think the Army's protecting the civilians. No, in Alaska, the civilians will protect the Army. So yeah, the civilians in Alaska don't joke around. Hey, they're really loaded for bear, literally. And the bears are big up there. So Arnold, just a note to all the mods, please be careful with newcomers. Some are wildy with their words, but we can't tolerate profanity, racist comments. That's right, guys. So here's what I ask. No profanity. This is a family channel, and please respect each other. Don't be in here attacking anybody in the channel. Okay, guys? Let's be nice. Let's be polite, and don't go crazy. Okay? Hi, Vicky. How you doing? Hope you're doing well today, Vicky. Granny Savage, hope you're doing well. Let's see. Daniel, you can pallet wrap a metal dome too. All right, yeah. If you remember my Mars habitat concept, which is within the philosophy of my universal habitat, it's depicted with a dome on the top. If you have not seen that, you know, I presented it several times. Urban Prepper 34, hello from the Gulf Coast. All right. We got a bunch of Gulf Coast, two from the Gulf Coast there. And Brandy, she's near the Gulf Coast. She's in Alabama, so we got a lot of Alabamians here tonight. Mad Hatter, North Carolina coast. Okay, you're close to New Bern, or what are you close to there, Mad Hatter? You know, I've launched a rocket off the North Carolina coast at Topsail. I say Topsail because that's what the locals call it, but spelled Topsail. Locals call it Topsail. All right, so Mad Hatter, Williamson, I made the Williamson News for that, and that rocket got me this award. All right, so yeah. Are dirt daubers and corn wasps the same thing? I wouldn't think so, because dirt daubers live in their dirt nest. So I'd say no. Just got out of the hospital, had massive blood clots on the lung, damaged my heart trying to breathe. Oh my gosh, that don't sound good. Oh wow, I decided otherwise. All right, Vicky, we're glad you're still on us. So you take care of yourself. You take care. Just take it easy. You got some healing to do, it sounds like. Or your home or what you build in Arizona is amazing. Well, I hope I can build that out in Arizona. That's my goal. I'm going to build one in my backyard back here too one day. If I don't sell this place. So yeah, Vicky's having a rough time, guys. So, give a prayer for her. Granny, how are you doing? Granny's had a rough time. Scrappy Cat, Doug Thompson. Hey, Greg, did you get my mesquite seeds? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Ding, 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 ding. Check it out, guys. Honey mesquite. Well, excuse me. Wild honey mesquite. How about that, guys? Doug Thompson. Cover over your dress so nobody can see. All right. Thank you. Yeah, that'll be good for Arizona. I save that. Probably need to figure out what I'll grow out there. DPFX 100,000 minus 1 from Christmas and Harmony. From Christmas and Harmony. God bless America. Wilmington. All right. Yeah. Well, I made the Wilmington News. Got my cover on the. Got my picture on the cover of the Wilmington News. Wilmington News. Got 4 copies for my mother. News. I think my mother a copy. Right in Atlanta. All right. Talking about. All right, Jacob Thornburg. I had a vision. CERN broke the firmament and the demons came out. I think the demons are out already. Ronnie Braun, hi. Will they fix it? Halo. Whoa, 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 whoa. What happened? I just scrolled way down all at once. Well, we got a lot of people in here. Yeah, a lot of comments. Well, a lot of comments. We got 54 people. Hey, I only got 30 thumbs up, guys. So help me out with that. Bring them up. So let me go down these comments. Best coffee ever. Hey, this is the first full pot of coffee I made with coffee I bought after the bug went around. That coffee I bought before the bug ran around. It's lasting me all this time, guys. But look, coffee may be going up the price. You better get coffee while the getting's good. These coffee grinds are good for your garden. That's right. And they're good in a worm bed, even though they're acidic. They make an exception. Worms love them. And they're not GMO. And yeah, they do use pesticides in the coffee when they raise it. But the roasting process thoroughly, absolutely breaks them down to nothing. And the test has proven it. So coffee grounds are good to go, just so you know. I'll do a video on that soon. I am going to do a video on coffee grounds. Some people really don't know that. Chewy Weather, good evening, Greg and people. Yeah, you're right, Chewy. I saw your comment earlier about thunderstorms. Yeah, we had a few around here. Had a little rain here. We had the best, most beautiful sunset. Oh my gosh, I hadn't transferred the pictures to my computer yet, guys. But holy guac and smoke and moly, we had the most beautiful sunset here tonight. I just had to take a drive. I had to depart from what I normally do. So now I'm more behind than ever. Let's see if I can find the pictures, guys. Give me a second. Let me show you my phone if I can pull it up. Well, holy guac and smoke and moly. I gotta use this new phone. 1 moment, please. There it is. I might be what you can see. Let me hang on. Go to the chat section so I'll see what I'm showing y'all. There we go. Oh, that's not really coming across good. Hang on. Just my lights, my stage lights are reflecting on the screen. How about that? Try to cut down the glare of the stage lights reflecting on the glass of the phone. There you guys. See, Mother Nature is always going to be beautiful, no matter what. And there's another item for which to have hope. Mother Nature has always got such beauty. Up that farmhouse I showed a minute ago. And on and on and on. So I'm a sucker for a sunset. I love a good sunset. See, something else to have hope for. We got each other. That's something to have hope for. Another thing to have hope for, like I said, this whole thing with the Russians when they were so at us, by showing them resolve and the strength, we had enough resolve, enough strength but it kept them from invading Europe. We really wanted to take Europe. Had we not been there, Europe would have been Soviet. The entire Europe would have been Soviet, but it's not, because we were there. We kept that from happening. So let me go back here. Oh, where my chat session go? Shut it down. What happened? I lost my chat session, guys. Try to come back to my place here. Hope I'm still live. Sure I am. Go back to my channel and refine the chat session. There it is. Oh, I hate it when I'm trying to about to click on. When I click on something, the screen moves everything around. I want to click on something different. Isn't that lovely? Don't you love the way these websites do that? There we go. I got to remute it. Oh, it's for me. Good. All right. I don't know if I lost too many comments with that. All right, everybody, be nice. Also, moderators, make sure when you are deleting comments that you're deleting comments from that violate, rules in terms of civility and just a general thing. We want people to play nice. Best coffee ever, says Bob Dodds. So, what's the best coffee ever? Which one? All right, Granny, try the thrift store for an old one. Let's scroll that down here. See what is that? Mesquite makes good flour. That's good to know. Yeah, I know what mesquite's used to make creosote. Am I right? Yeah, I remember when I went to Texas as a kid, Wichita Falls, Texas, just nothing around there but mesquite bushes everywhere. They said if you've been, said certainly, therefore, why test me? I don't need to be reading this out loud. I might get in trouble. Sending you all the positive thoughts and energy from A to Z. Well, thank you, sweeps. Edge Cooper Pyramid. Okay, I don't know what we're saying there, Benny. We got somebody on Edge. High nitrogen content, irritating to insects. Red grow amaranth and tadpole shrimp. Hey, does amaranth go good out there? I do grow as a microgreen sometimes. Yeah, amaranth is an amazing plant. Mad Hatter, I'm not even thinking about getting, okay, I'm not going to say that. No, I've been careful what I read. I'm going to read something, say it out loud, and get banned here. Listen, we're going to talk about some other channels and other things here tonight, or just some other things on the web. Because we have the Freedom Restoration Foundation on Facebook. It's about to get shut down. And the great offense, the last great offense was Stacy Zavicki posted a video of somebody just going through a grocery store or Walmart with a grocery cart. No, nothing said. Just pushing a grocery cart, and the shelves are basically bare. And Facebook fact checkers declared that video to be fake. Excuse me? Sure not. Because it's about, it seems to insinuate or something to be connected to shortages that might possibly be connected to a certain Mexican beer bug. I mean, this is over the top, guys. This is ridiculous. So we're on the verge of shutting us down over that. That is utterly, absolutely ridiculous. There was nothing even said. No words. Just pushing the shopping cart through a grocery store. Yeah, and that was declared to be fake. How is that fake? And what stretch of imagination can you declare that to be fake? Yeah, it is, wow, mind-boggling that they act the way they're acting. Hey, Greg, I already know it wasn't being a downer, just trying to, wait, it wasn't being a downer, just like your dome idea better. Okay, no, I'll take it as a downer. Look, it's open as to how you go about it. It's an architectural concept, but there's lots of latitude within this concept. Lots of latitude. It's lots of thermal mass and lots of growing area are the key. The whole idea is to have a home you can live in and make a living out of and grow your food in. I mean, grow all of your food in, just about. So maybe grain products. And we shouldn't be eating so much grain anyway. All those carbohydrates are fattening. Monique Pearl, no, okay, I can't read that. Yeah, you know what? I might lose mine too, Monique. Because we're talking about making certain things mandatory. So, but I can't talk about that here on this platform. Gee, other platforms, the words are getting shut down for it's because somebody pushed a grocery cart to the store and videoed it with no commentary. Wow. The video today was amazing on that weed. Yeah. What's it called again? Poison hemlock. Not to be confused with the tree hemlock. Oh, well, let me talk about that in a minute. A couple things I left out of that video. One, excuse me. If it's in your field, do not bale it up in your hay. Don't bale it up in your hay. In fact, you need to get rid of it. But to get rid of it, basically need to pull it up. But you can be handling it with your bare hands. Wear gloves, wear long sleeves. Well, basically just wear a protective clothing all over. Face mask, eye goggles. You don't want that sap on you in any shape, form, or fashion. Pull that stuff up and do not burn it. Take it off somewhere, not compost. Do not burn it. The worst thing you can do is burn that stuff, because that smoke will get that stuff all in you, and you could be in very severe trouble, especially if you breathe that. Very, very, very severe trouble. You might not survive. That smoke would be too much. In fact, there is a little bit of that in some of these smokes from these wildfires, but it's very dilute. In fact, there's some of that in there. It could be a very irritant to people in the smoke. So, yeah, don't burn it. Don't burn poison oak. Don't burn poison ivy. Don't burn poison shoemake. When I was a kid, I was immune to poison oak. Man, I used to just run and play, and I mean rolling. Never thought twice about it. I'd be running around barefooted with short-legged pants, you know, shorts on, playing on that stuff. Never gave it a second thought because it didn't bother me. And a buddy and I built a campsite in the middle of a darn patch of that, and it never bothered him either. We both were immune as all get out to it. Until we decided, for some reason, we had our campfire right there, and we burnt this stuff in our fire, some of it. Whoa, that was one of the biggest mistakes we ever made. Let me tell you what, guys, we were covered from head to toe and all those blisters. I mean, you could see and I could look down into my finger. It looked like into some depth in some of these blisters. They were blisters on blisters, and it was ugly, head to toe. I mean, we were swollen up. I mean, this stuff was probably inside us too. I mean, more like we survived. I didn't go to no hospital. I was probably about that close to it. We were both in very serious shape. The next year, pollen caused me to get an infection. And then I read this book from Will Givens talking about how the lumberjacks dealt with it, and described how they would take the leaves and very first opened up and eat them, and then keep eating them as the leaves got bigger and bigger through the season. I would not advise anybody to try that, because I don't know where that could go. It might have worked for some people. It might not work for everybody. It might do something very bad to you. But I did grin bad. I actually tried that, but only did it once. You know what? I didn't have any problem with poison oak for a long time after that. I can get a little bit irritated with it occasionally every now and then, but not like I did after I got into it. So, and not like most people. I'm still fairly immune to it, but I'm not going to, but I respect it. I absolutely respect it. I know Vicky's immune to that stuff, but do not burn it in a fire. If you burn it in a fire, your immunity is gone. Don't burn any of that stuff in a fire. But the hemlock, poison hemlock, if you burn that stuff in a fire, you could cease to exist. It's that bad. You know, it is that bad, guys. It can stop you from being able to breathe. Greg, we may be able to grow coffee here in AZ before long. Hey, yeah, in the greenhouse. Hey, I like avocados too. Texas Democrat had said something got taken out. Mickey Brandy, talking to Brandy. Let's see, really fits it. Woke up to no water, sick wife, bleeding dog. Oh, that's not good. What happened with it? Oh, from the smoke. I was talking to gorgeous awesome in the house. I don't see him yet. Oh, the pictures. You're sending pictures of gorgeous. Okay. Rapscallion, nice. Decimels, best tasting mesquite beans are the ones that have the maroon stripes on them. Other than high desert Netos, says Granny. I know that, Granny. You tell us. Monique, does anyone know what the heirloom purple potato peas are like? Potato peas. I don't know that one. That one's new to me. Nightman, calling for a tropical storm in the Panhandle area. Yeah, I saw one coming up that way. I don't know what it's going to do when it hits Panhandle. Is it going to turn east? Or is it going to come up my way? Usually they turn east. All right, so I got somebody making some odd. I don't know what's it. I don't even know what JK means. I suppose that means something. I have no idea. I have no idea what that means. This is on mental health review. This is a different place now. You're right, retarded commentator. Trying to be careful when you're holding people's comments. Somebody said you're holding a few that ought to get through. I don't know. Another moderator. Jess Mills, don't forget the meteor shower tonight. There you go. Looks like clouds tonight. That girl. Yeah, I remember when there was a show called That Girl. Greg, I need prayers for my granddaughter. Oh. She ran away last time I asked for prayers. Was on your live, and I got the call from my mom. Oh, please lift me up. Your mom died. That girl, your granddaughter has ran away. Okay, we all got to pray for that girl tonight, guys. Doug, yeah, Granny, talking to Granny. Some mesquite, palovarti, and rare specimens of prickly pear. Yeah, well, prickly pear would go best in my area. And most of the cacti are south of my area of Arizona. You don't see as many cacti, mainly the juniper bushes. Tons of juniper bushes up there. Persez meteor shower, that's right. I can't see the stars here. Yeah, we had a lot of clouds outside a little bit ago, so I don't know if I see them or not. I've watched Persez many times though. Oh, we got trolls tonight, huh? Given the topics we cover, that don't surprise me. Don't surprise me at all, guys. Arnold Smith at Green Graves. Brother Greg, did you happen to get time to watch the video, The Amazing Discoveries, number 934? Explains what the actual status of present architecture political situation. No, but I got a pretty good handle on it. And there's a lot of stuff I just don't talk about on this channel because the channel, this platform tells you that you can't talk about certain topics. So the channels that veer in that direction, but a lot of them get taken down. But, that's what I like about Lee Wilbarger's platform. That's anything I want on there. MeWe, can do that too on MeWe, but I haven't really started too much on MeWe. Jamaican Blue Mountain. What is Jamaican Blue Mountain there, Connie? Okay, though. So, how you say it? Subtle? Subtle seeds. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. DPFX. Yeah, I like to call it deep function. DP, deep FX function. Yeah. FX is function in mathematics, and his name is that he goes by here is 5 nines. So it's like 100,000 minus 1. So I call them deep function 100,000 minus 1. It's very mathematical. Roger Garland, mesquite makes creosote. Yes, yep. Need to repeal the 1871 Act. It's not got as much effect as you might think. This coffee is free coffee. Right? That's hard to argue with. This coffee is hot coffee. Well, I like mine not so hot it's gonna scald me on the way down, but I do drink my coffee black, barefooted, nothing in it, nothing on it. All right, we got Maine in the house. Maine is here. I'll try some amaranth here in a pot. Okay. Ace Burger can't be Ace Burger. I don't know what you're saying there. Yeah. Let me scroll down here. Greg, there was a comment written as a question. I looked at it, you asked you to evaluate. I didn't see the problem because it was a clean question. Okay, Arnold, just ask the question again. Sometimes it's hard to reply to everything if there's a comment, and there's a comment in here on one of the videos I posted. Thanks for everybody's saying, guys. I'm trying to stock up on dry goods and cleaning supplies. Now, see, Mad Hatter's got the right idea, actually, because what do you prep with? Some people just prep food. Really and truly, you ought to take stock of everything you use from day to day. What do you buy when you go to the grocery store? What do you buy when you go to any store? What do you use on a day-to-day basis? What do you need, really? So, some people only need toilet paper. I don't know why they need to take care of the output in when they're not feeding the input in. Without something coming in, nothing's going out. I don't know. The toilet paper preppers just kind of amaze me. That's all I got to say. Toilet paper preppers. Anyhow. Oh, Gorgeous Awesome's in the house. Howdy, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here too. So let's see here. Pigweed. I think I've covered that. No, hemlock is not pigweed. Poison hemlock smoke is worse than poison ivy smoke. Yes, because poison hemlock smoke can terminate you. It can terminate you. But you don't want poison hemlock smoke. You don't want to be around it. If you got a field with poison hemlock growing and it gets on fire, get out. Leave. Just don't be anywhere around it. Poison hemlock is of the devil. That just might be. I don't need poison ivy, but I will not endanger my lungs. No, you don't need to do that, Vicky. No way. Another fire down my street. House fire, says Sweeps. That's not good. What else we got in the house? Oh, yeah, we got JoJo in the house. All right, very good. JoJo, we got Gorgeous Awesome. Eagle Eyes is in the house now, Brandy. All right, so we got 65 in here. Cicadas are flying up against my window. Yeah, we get some of them around here. There's places that get them worse than us. Rub on Vaseline before you go out in the woods. I might stop the skeeter. JoJo. Two good vids today. Two good vids. Oh, that's one. That kind of hemlock was used to execute Socrates. Yeah, it was the poison hemlock. It's not the tree hemlock. It's the bush, like I was talking about. It's in the carrot family. Yeah, so Sweeps Tucson got rain again. Well, that's good to know. And Katie likes my two vids today. Actually, one of them, the last one I posted was meant to go up Monday. I really meant to have that vid out Monday. And I actually produced it last night and I put it up to post and it got caught in checking Facebook. It stayed in checking for hours. So eventually I just deleted it and reposted it. It was just forever. And so I really wanted to post that one last night. I would have done maybe another video today had that one posted last night. I've got some other topics I want to cover. And, but it's just hard. It's hard to find time. I got more topics to cover than I got time to do. And my Galactic Greg's channel is suffering. I actually got a video I want to upload over there just to find the time to do anything that's getting to be difficult. And I got to go outside and plant microgreens in just a little bit, guys. My cat up on the keyboard as I was typing. Oh, well, we should go back and see what you had to say. Let's see what your cat told us. What did the cat say? Pretty cat. So Tanner Rowland, I just wanted to say that I appreciate you and all your worm knowledge. I am starting some worm farm in Michigan, and I feel like I'd be ready for anything. Well, very good. Thank you. And I'm trying to edit a video on, I'll show you all a little on my sausage maker here tonight too, if it ain't too late. I can get there. I'm trying to edit a video that I started back in April on building the plywood worm beds. Problem is, there's so many steps in building them that I had tons of videos, and there's really hours and hours and hours of video. And I've been chopping it down, but the chopped down video is still like going to be like over an hour long. I mean, it needs chopping more, but I only got so much editing time, guys. Jeez, I mean, I've been spending weeks doing this video. So a little bit here and there. Well, a few hours here, a few hours there. There's a lot of hours I put into it already. But guys, it's just tough for me to do that kind of video. The sled bed video was like that. It was very complex just because there's so many pieces to it. Now, for people that got time to do that kind of stuff, that's great and wonderful. But in my busy life, it's just hard for me to find time to do much editing. In fact, I try not to do any editing if I can avoid it. Chuck, Greg, Universal Habitat look really legit. Let's see, what's new for pole hinge? Well, build one of these there. I do call it wood hinge sometimes. Wood hinge, pole hinge, that works. Multi-story canopy habitat succession planting and self-fertilizing the garden. Okay, Chuck Norris. So what happened when you was 5, JoJo? What happened? Suits aren't on my computer froze, and I popped one up and then froze. Oh, okay, well, my worms are growing like crazy. I'm glad to hear that, man. Welcome, trolls. Good, JoJo. Good call. Blown acrylic dome. Oh, yeah, you could do that. Acrylic, though, does degrade in UV over time. Jesse Mills, Greg, there's lots of prickly pear up here. Okay. And some other nasty cactus. All right. Good to know. Good to know. I've been in the area. I just know my memory was just fixed by all the juniper bushes everywhere. Lots of juniper. So let's see. I'm here to hopemonger. There we go. Well, I started out talking some real hopemonger at the beginning of the video. And I said, one of the things I've said is that, guys, there's always hope as long as you got breath in your lungs, first and foremost. And if you got friends and family, then you got hope. And if you don't have friends and family, we got each other in the room, guys. We are family here, okay? So I always enjoy getting people in here and catching up with people and seeing how people are doing. And I usually get quite cheered up when we do these videos, guys. Y'all cheer me up. And I thought about stopping these live sessions because I lose subscribers every time I do these live sessions because there's just people that don't like them. And of course, they're the people that's not in here listening to the chat. But there's people who just they don't like it when you post something that's not right down their alley, and they'll unsubscribe from the channel. So I lose subscribers every time I do one of these things. But it just dawned on me that the true value to the core subscribers of community that this offers outweighs the losses, I feel. So I'm doing this as a service. So for those that can't stand that, well, hey, some people are just snowflakes. Peppers don't like to be called snowflakes. Come on, guys. When you unsubscribe because I do a gardening video, and you better learn gardening if you're a prepper. Because if you don't, you're going to starve to death. Guarantee you. And they get mad when I tell them that. They get mad. Oh, I got my big bang bang. I'll be fine. No, you won't. Don't be anything you're going to point that thing at is going to be a little fur ball in just a few weeks, because anything bigger than that is going to cease to exist in just a few weeks flat. So that's the truth. So you don't have anything to point that bang bang at except other people carrying bang bangs. You'll be a long pork hunter, but you will also be long pork to the other hunter. Yeah, not a good situation, guys. Not a good situation. Garden, for Pete's sake. Garden, learn gardening. And do wild edibles. You know, hey, grow some meat too. What do you really need though? See, I do a lot of wild edible videos. Now, the truth, if you want the carbohydrates, acorns, cattails, but you know, right here, there's only so much cattail. There's really not that much cattail growing around here. There's a little bit, but not that much. So, you know, cattail roots have got starches, but you know, finding the starches are gonna be ready. There are some wild yams in places, but they're not that plentiful. Guys, grow a garden, plant some sweet potatoes and some beans. That gives you carbohydrates and protein. That's the two things you need the most in your garden: carbohydrates and protein. Do that. But you know, gardening, I've had so many guys say, well, all I got to do is put a stick in the ground, some seeds, and I'll be fine. Yeah, if you believe that, you've not been gardening for long. I've had people, oh yeah, I've done it once and it worked just fine. Yeah, the first year might do it, but it's the pests that come in the second year and the third year. The pests, the deer, it's been ready for hailstorms and just contingencies that may happen. So don't plant all your seeds at one time. Maybe spread your garden out if you can. But may have a garden you can watch. But spreading that might be a problem, especially in tactical situation. Okay, well, they're just going to overrun the garden and take everything. Well, first year, grow turmeric, hot peppers, garlic, stuff that you just can't make a meal out of. And then once all the zombies have starved out, then throw in your good seeds. I'll talk about that in the video. And the pillar guy got axed from streaming today. Oh, really? Wow. It's a message automatically hell. Okay. Just liquid dirt. It can boost your immune system. It can, but it can also give you some bugs. Hey, we kids, we used to eat dirt when I was a kid. Monique Pearl. That's a pretty name. Monique Pearl. Hey, Greg, how much space do I need to have a worm farm? I have a home with large lots of veggies and fruit trees, but no worms yet. Okay, figure out how much compost you need. Think about your garden and how much you want to spread out the compost, and think about it in cubic yards. A cubic yard is 27 cubic feet. So if you think of something that's got 27 cubic feet, which is foot squared, foot deep, then my plywood boxes, they're 4x8. They got 32 cubic feet in them. So I got over a cubic yard in each plywood box. And so think about that in terms of how much material you need in your garden. Now you can mix it with other compost, and you can mix it with peat moss, maybe in equal portions between the three of them. So you can factor that in and figure you better be putting about 1 inch on your garden beds a year. So, you know, 1 inch, so you can cover, think about 1 inch would cover, if you got 27 cubic feet in a, you got 144 square inches in a cubic foot, right? So 27 times 144 equals 3,888 cubic inches. Now, if you want to figure out how many, so you can take that and multiply that times 12 because you got 12 slices in the foot, right? So times 12. So you could cover an area 46,656 square inches with a cubic yard of worm castings. Now, if you divided that back by 144, so you need 324 cubic. That does, 324 cubic square feet, I think, would be what that would cover. So that's one way to figure it out. So you can probably cover 324 square feet with a cubic yard. So it's just called 300 square feet per cubic yard. And that's pretty good. So that's a 10 by 30 bed. If you divide it by 4, your bed should be more than 4 feet wide, about Really ought to be 3 foot wide. You could cover 81 by 4 feet. So you want a cubic yard for, and you're gonna mix it up with other stuff anyway. So you figure you probably want a cubic yard for every 100 feet of garden bed. How about that? So that's one way to do it. How many worms do you get? Well, you have 1 pound of worms per every square foot, but worms will double population every 2 to 3 months. So you can start with a smaller set and let them grow into it. There we go. How's that for a wormy lesson here? Cheers up to Green Greg. Okay. Yeah, you know what, guys? I still got microgreens to plant tonight, so I can't be in there too long. Every day I wake up was like, I'm still here. Uh-oh. Is that your attitude? You're that disappointed? Oh, dang, I'm still here. Oh, JoJo, that's fine. You got me worried now, girl. Greg, I gladly trade you some hawthorn and burdock for some juniper berries. Okay. Well, I think I'd make that trade in a heartbeat because I probably have tons of juniper berries. One I'm gonna want. Hopemongering, yay! There we go. We got hope. We're all here, guys. We got hope. Yeah, let's see. If it is true, if you smoke hawthorn for asthma, I don't know. Ask New Days Old Ways. She is an herbal expert. I don't know hawthorn, guys. Don't grow around where I'm at, as far as I can tell. Gardening brings people together. It does, Bob. It's a good skill to have. And yeah, it can bring you together. And it's also psychologically satisfying to garden because you're making things grow. Okay, Green Grace, what is your total PC streaming setup for? Total PC streaming. I don't know. I can't answer that. I mean, data bytes, baud rate, I don't know. April, buy all $1. All right. You got a good garden up there, man. Arnold. Let's see. Doug, don't forget the whole sunflower plant is edible. I sell sunflower microscreens, guys. Yeah, we eat them. And they're yummy. Oh my God, sunflower microgreens are awesome. I expect more people will die of exposure and infection than starvation. Might be, it might be. Drinking bad water is going to do a lot. Well, you can live 30 days without food. Most people are going to succumb to dirty water. They're going to get sick drinking nasty water. May I ask what the emblem on your hat is? You certainly may. It's the Space Force emblem. It's the emblem of the U.S. Space Force. A lot of people make assumptions of what that emblem is. Then they tell me it's this or it's that. And then they get all mad. No. You'd be surprised the conclusions people jump to when they watch my videos. And sometimes it's the weirdest stuff. What? Let's see, but those veggies, they won't want what? The veggies they won't want, you can make fire cider. Do you fish with the worms? I don't have time to fish. You can. There's people buy worms used for fishing. Good night and sweet dreams. Good night, JoJo. Sweet dreams. And hope you're not so shocked when you wake up in the morning. Talk to your landlord. See if he'll let you go. Chickweed is not edible. It's considered delicacy for chickens. Hey, I eat chickweed. I've done videos on it. Actually, chickweed's nice. Don't want to eat too much of it because it's got oxalic acid. See. Hail Hall, the gang's all here. What the heck do we do? Do we care as long as we're all together? There you go, JoJo. Bob Dobbs thinking about using a weed killer next year. Oh, come on now, don't use that roundy stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Nice hat, boy. I'm going swimming. Oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah, chickweed. Taste, no, it don't taste nasty, Bob. Maybe it does up in Alaska. I like it. It's tangy. It's tangy. Hey, I almost got the bottom of the chat here. Thank you, granddaughter, for that girl. You don't know me, Mom, that little micro stuff. You know, a lot of Chinese food. That's interesting. Yeah, they use sprouts a lot, but knockerings are more healthy. Sprouts around the water, I think, have a lot of bacteria. New days. I'm not an expert except me, myself, and I. And that's you got to give disclaimers when you're talking about this stuff. All right, Jason, how you doing? Oh, lots of previous videos to watch. That's true. We're gonna go through that. No monosano. You got that. You get the emergency alert text. No, I didn't. All right. Not here tastes like dirt. Now, what grows here is tangy. It's tangy. Nice. If you're watching my videos, you'll see me eating it. All right, guys, let's look at a couple of things. Let's go into some shared stuff. There's a couple of things. I was opening the wrong window. We're going to do something. Yeah, we're going to do some sharing. Share screen. Bing, bing, bing. Here's our Freedom Restoration Foundation page on FB. And we had a notice that we were in trouble. So I gave the following advice to everybody. Watch what you post. Email us at info@freedomrestorationfoundation.org and put freedom in the subject line. And so that we can keep the group together and also go to meet with you. It seems to be more friendly. I think this can open up. Here's the post. Yeah, here it is, guys. This is what nearly got us and was telling me, but actually it's just literally a video. Somebody pushing a shopping cart. No, not even them. It's just a video looking through the shopping cart, just moving around the store. And you can see store shelves in that store were pretty spartan. And for some reason that was considered for a vote. All righty. So this is at Freedom Restoration Foundation. But we got our own website. This is just a Facebook group. I'm gonna kill it. Let's see if I'm not in here. Let's see. Here is the actual website. Freedom Restoration Foundation.org. I need to add some new actions in here. See what some of the things we push. We got Action Center, which repeats our alerts. Oh, this is one there. Yeah, that's right there. No, it's not going. There we are. As you make your voice count, the basics. National bill tracking, state bill tracking. So you can watch your legislation on national and state level. How to contact your representatives, how to email them, how to call them, how to write them, what to write, what to say on the phone, and a resource recap of all these things. We've got two big lists of bills, like all the bills at the time these were printed out there. All right, one thing, if you want to watch my channel and go find videos, sometimes on my YouTube channel, it's hard to find videos. I've got so many on here. Sometimes the best way to find videos, I do have some playlists put together here on this channel, like wild edibles. These are actually my YouTube videos already sorted by wild edibles. Oh. Excuse me, guys. I'm going to have to cut this short. I still got microphones to plant. I don't know why I got that Here we are. Hello. Oh, yeah. I want to show you something here. These are all the videos I planted by order, latest first. And until I did this one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos that did not talk about anything that was military or conflict or foreign. So 6 videos, guys. Videos to watch. Watch this universal habitat video. Watch the video on Dr. Peter Vincent Fry and watch this China video here. Oh, I said, dude, watch about poison hemlock. You need to know what it is. Did you know there's more to blackberries that you can eat than just a berry? That's right. There's the space wither site. Look at those sprites, guys. Holy smoke. So I usually pull this up and look at the asteroid forecast. All right, we are down here on 11 August. But then coming too close to us here. I'll let you go back up. We did have a close call early on. Oh, we're too close, just a big one here. Yeah, 0.6 lunar distance. That's between Earth and the moon. But it was that big, just 8 meters. All right, enough of that. Let's get out of the page. It's a little windy. Winds. Let's put some rain in here. There's the rain in there. Michigan and in the Midwest here. So if we did rain accumulation, Mexico's doing pretty good. Look at this. Mexico, they're getting some moisture. All right. I think I've had enough of that. Let's stop the share. Hello, how's everybody doing? Alrighty, guys. Well, Green Gray's here. We'll need more coffee, and I got to go outside and plant some microgreens. In just a moment. Tell you what. Coffee. You said it. Wow, you said it. Bob Dobbs, he already knew. You read my mind. Coffee. You know, there's Cookie Monster. I'm the coffee monster. Wait, receive. Did anybody receive that alert? I'm going to start dehydrating vegetables and fruit because I have limited space. There you go. That goes great. I don't know why I'm here right now. I wish I could be at the Gulf on a jetty, screaming the center of my daddy, screaming to my creator daddy. Okay. Like Lieutenant Dan on the mast of the boat. She wasn't screaming that little Greg. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Can I join your live? What do you want to do? Before we go on here and interview you? I've got iced tea. Well, that's good. Blame AWG for the hot weather in the north. Coffee is the nectar of life. You got that right. Guys, here's something funny. During the ice ages, Alaska was ice free. I mean, you had ice, glaciers all the way down the Ohio River, much further south than Alaska. Now, at one time, I thought that meant that the earth tilted, maybe because the ice was more like down to Iceland and North Europe and North America. But when you check the history of the Antarctic ice sheets, no, one side of that would have melted had the earth tilted like that for that long. were really melted, you'd had ice-free states, but all the ice in Antarctica predates that era. It turns out that the geologists looking at the mid-Atlantic ridge, and any of these ridges where they come up and they well up material, they're pretty much welling up at a constant rate. And you can see the magnetic sphere on the Earth. You can tell what the North Pole was by the way the crystals line up and that rock as it comes out, going off on either side. So you can kind of time that back in time. And if you had a major displacement of the crust, you would have a major displacement in the magnetic field too. And the last major, you do have pole reversal, that's different. But and then you see a little dispersion as you go back and forth when the pole reverses, you can see that too. But they look back, and the last time there was actual displacement of the physical pole, the Earth actually rotated some, was 82 million years ago. 82 million years. There were still dinosaurs here. We have not had a major displacement that long. Some people out there tell us we get it every 12,000 years. Nope. And they say the Earth stops and the oceans come over the continents. Absolutely not. I've done a video on that, and I've talked about why you wouldn't have the stalactites and stalagmites you got in the caves today if that happened. It would not happen. And the evidence is overwhelmingly against it. They may point out a few isolated things that claim to support it. They're full of it. That does not support it. There's other things that can explain that. They're much easier to explain away than they're crazy, wild. The Earth stops and the oceans come over 2-mile high waves sweep over the continents. That didn't happen, guys. It didn't happen. There's another thing for hope. So what's happened? So why was Alaska ice-free? Because what happens is apparently the currents and the weather patterns change in those colder periods. And the warm air, just like right now, it goes up the western side of the United States, up in Alaska. While the rest of the country is freezing, Alaska's warm. I've always noticed that when I was in Alaska. When it was cold in Alaska, it was warm in Birmingham. When Alabama was warm, Alaska was cold. When Birmingham was cold, Alaska would be warm. And it's because if the Chinook comes up through Alaska, warm Alaska, it goes up over the North Pole and comes back down over the middle of the United States and blasts cold air down. So Alaska's warm, they're cold, and vice versa. So something said if there was kind of a permanent weather pattern, high pressure, heat dome or something during the last ice age, it was dominant in the West, just pretty much like it is right now. So apparently, now the whole world might have been colder, so it might have still been colder out west than it is right now. And that could still happen, but the predominant weather pattern is it would be warmer in the West, in Alaska, even than down in Ohio, which was covered by 2 miles of ice. Ohio, the entire state of Ohio was buried under 2 miles of ice. But Alaska, no. Alaska was ice-free, except the mountain ranges, of course. But Alaska was ice-free. Siberia was ice-free. There were mastodons dying in Siberia as they were getting that same weather pattern. So the Earth wasn't tilted. It was the weather pattern, just like we're having right now. So what you're seeing is ice age weather. Buckle up, guys. It's going to get interesting. Maybe. We don't know. So I sent a reply, stop. Oh, you got to break some message. I didn't get nothing. So you guys get interrupted phone calls? Well, I don't believe I got anything. Did they leave a message when it was text? Was it just text message or was it a phone call? I got a phone calls. Everything I got today I can account for. Check the text messages. 9. Get anything. Nope. I got nothing. Except for one of the Philippines. Things are heating up. Post a Freedom Restoration link. Okay. Gordon. Oh, well, I'll get the copyright strike for just doing a bad imitation. Maybe. This website. To join, email us info at Freedom Restoration Foundation.org. Put freedom in the subject line. The Driftless area, southwest of Wisconsin. That's where I live, the Driftless area. Well, we got 65 in the chat. Or just awesome if you're still in the house, show us. Go ahead and post your Etsy channel there. You guys, they make beautiful stuff. You gotta check it out. I got a bot call that T-Mobile Marcus. Spam. Greenland, thanks, Greg. Guys, tell what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run and get some coffee. Because I gotta have some more coffee before I do anything tonight. Last time I got coffee, I had something. Oh, I played a YouTube. I played one of my videos, didn't I, to you guys? We could do that. We could go back to share, and I could do a video. Escape Plan Alaska, always welcome. There you go, Bob. Maybe I should pull up one of my YouTube videos and play it for a few minutes while I run and get some coffee. What would be good? Although it's long, we'll do the habitat video, at least part of it. Maybe I could do an older habitat video. So let's see the videos. All right. Let's miss this commercial. All right, here's some Hopemongering. This habitat covers a lot of issues we have in our world today. We can build them right here. Everybody focused on doing something like this. So bear with me. Share. Sharing the screen. I'm going to play a minute while I go get some coffee. Hour Central Daylight Time. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing you. I'll be right back. The universal habitat. This is the single greatest concept you could have for home that you can live in and make a living out of anywhere on Earth or even in space. So we're going to go through this. We're going to talk about this as an Earth habitat that would be spectacular. It would be great for the environment. Zero environmental impact. Now imagine a home that you can live out of, you can live in, make a living out of, and even grow your food in. One home, yes, on a 1/10 of an acre footprint, supporting up to a family of 4 on 1/10 of an acre, plus being able to sell food from it. Yes, you could actually grow your food and sell food from it. This is what we're going to talk about. I know that sounds incredible, but I'm going to show you the examples. We're going to talk through the food you can grow toward the end of this presentation. But what I got today is some really beautiful pictures to see. And here it is, guys. Here is this home. This is a lovely home that it can be done in several different renditions, several different architectural styles. There's a lot you could tailor about this concept. The main things about this concept is having sufficient growing area and having thermal mass to control the temperature and a few other tricks to control the temperature. You can do solar energy. You can see the solar arrays in here. This home is depicted in a alpine type environment in this case, but it could be just about anywhere. We're going to go through this and just look at these pretty pictures. So I'm going to show you the lady, the architect, who also drew these pretty pictures to me, because I've talked about this concept before, but when I showed it before, it was in my crude hand drawings, and so a lot of people just weren't getting or picking up what I was putting down. But guys, look at this. This ought to really make you feel the astound. Should be astounded. Look at this. Look how beautiful this concept is. This is a home. Now, so here's people in the garden inside in the front yard. People up on top of the main living area, which is in here, or even down here. So there's various levels and things that you could do with this home. I've got some photovoltaic rays over here. This whole wall could be photovoltaic rays. So this is one concept, one way to implement this home. So check this out. It's got some lights above and the sky above. This roof is entirely notional. You could do several different roof designs. You can do this home rectangular, hexagonal, circular, depending on where you're putting it, what your requirements are. So let's go through this, guys. Look at this. This is it from the outside. Yeah, it looks kind of like a home inside of a greenhouse over a home, kind of sort of in this case. But there's a lot more to it than that. But it does have a lot of growing area for food because you can grow all your food in this home. Really? Big. We can't do that on 10th and Acre. Oh, yeah, you can. And then some. We'll go through that. All righty, guys. Isn't this beautiful? Look at this. This is a beautiful rendition. So, this was an earlier drawing where my architect was just starting to work out some notions for plants. I think I'd have the grow beds wider, the walkways more narrow to maximize what you grow on it. This is your main living quarters. You can see here a living room and a kitchen area. Here's a bar with stools and kitchen area behind it. Your main entryway. This could all be tailored. You can do all this in stained glass or a zillion different ways, guys. A zillion different ways. And I said the key thing was that you have thermal mats. These walls here are looking nice and clean, and it can be that way. You can build this stuff with 3D printed. I'm going to show a 3D printer and some things on that for the end here. You could build it from tires like earthship houses and pound dirt in them, although that would be very labor intensive. The 3D printer would be the least labor intensive. I'm thinking I'm going to build one of these with sandbags myself out in Arizona, and they get one back here in my backyard here in Alabama too. You might know I've got acreage in Arizona. There's an Altarium in here. What's we call it? Anyway, here we are, guys. This is my little hand drawing on it. And I'm going to get in and show you later when I get.
Then we'll take some Q&A on it.
That's entirely optional. And I wasn't counting that as a growing area, although it could be. But basically, my basic concept initially was this. It was to have a layout, and this was it'll be 90 foot long and 40 foot wide. And it was going to have a 2-level living area, which you'd actually grow food on the top. And it was going to have bedrooms, kitchens, and dining room up here, and a big workshop down here. Now, this whole floor plan was to be a 10th of an acre. So you would actually have a workshop area down here to be 2,300 square feet. And you could do anything in that workshop. But server farms, 3D printers, do Bitcoin mining. You could do, you put a pottery shop. You could have a machine shop. You could put a loom and lathe in there. You could grow mushrooms or chickens or work on cars. You could put a bar in it. You could have a store in it. You could have your man caves and woman caves and rec areas and whatever. That's a huge area to work in. You could do a lot of stuff with toward whatever business that you would personally deem applicable. Or you could grow microgreens inside, as I do in my trailer. You could do a lot of stuff. You can actually grow a lot of food in there. You can have a worm farm. Many things that you could do in this area. But above here, in the 2,300 square feet for family 4 is a nice living area. Then you got a 2,300 square foot courtyard here that you could grow in, or you could put these aquaponic cubes or something like that above here and have a fish tank here and actually do your growing up here. You could grow up here too. And then this could be another rec area if you want it to be, or you could grow on all these levels, including your roof. So that's what we're talking about, guys. And I'm going to show a little bit more on this. Now, my architect decided to fill this level in and have the entire basement there. This one's one giant basement area. And she had indoor growing in this area and didn't find this. So, these are all optional things. There's a lot you can do. Or you can totally skip this lower level and just have a living room, dining room. This could be your ground level. So there's a lot of flexibility. It's where you bring a car into the back or from the front. Because I showed a road here, so she's got a roadway inside with a garage in the back side. So, there's a lot of leeway. I'll show you this. This was one of my original drawings that I talked from a lot. And this was a hexagonal concept. So we're looking. It's a spherical concept based on that too. And down one edge of it actually through long way. So it looks like it's not as wide as the other, but still has the same floor plan space-wise. And this was kind of like this because it showed the sun coming in.
I meant cylindrical, not spherical, with a dome top.
Aquaponics up here, my little rabbit down here, mushroom log, some fish down here, aquaponics tube going here on the wall, solar panels up here for photovoltaic. Over here by the kitchen area, you got a solar panel no, this is the this is your thermal water heating here for hot water. solar water heater. And over here is your photovoltaics. And I got the ground level here. That's entirely optional. You can build this thing in the ground level here and just pile stuff up against it. It's going to give yourself better thermal mass. And I show a berm here up to the window level. So this, but there's a lot of flexibility. The main thing is, you need your walls at least 18 inches thick to have the kind of thermal mass that you want, which might mean you get it really wide. You can get 18-inch wide sandbags, a little hard to find. Or you could do
double them up.
2 levels of sandbags. You can do concrete blocks. You can 3D plant this. You can pound, like I said, tires. I don't care. But this was my concept, my drawing. And I kind of hand through the roof here because I said it was notional as to what you did.
There you go. Notional. It's pencil. See that? Everybody goes, oh, the greenhouse, blah, 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 blah. Hey, you know what? There's plenty of stores that's got flat roofs on them. You can build houses, even in Alabama, where it rains 60 inches a year with a flat roof. You just got to make it where it will drain the rain. So that could be wide open. I've had some people taking a lot of issue with it. Oh, you can't grow stuff indoors with a shade cloth and in the deep south. Well, actually, I do. And I find that some of my plants grow better in the greenhouse, including my pepper plants and tomato plants year round. They actually do better under the shade cloth than they would outside. So go figure that. So I've had a lot of people throwing a lot of stuff at me, but I've got experience that shows me otherwise. This stuff I'm confident is going to work anywhere. But there's just a ton of different things you can do here. Now, my architect drew this as a glass greenhouse. I wanted to draw a pretty picture because these hand-drawn pictures just wasn't resonating with people. So I had to do, I had to get something people would look at and go, ooh and ah. But of course, they looked at it and go, oh, gosh, that's $500,000. Well, guys, that's not $500,000 unless you want it to be.
The roof. But and I had skylights up here shining through. And all right, so that was my drawing. And my drawings, of course, this is hers.
There you go. Now that's beautiful. But this wall could still be a 3D printed wall. It could be a wall that's a concrete block. It could be a wall that's, if I did concrete block, I would fill the cells inside with sand or something to give you the thermal mass. You still need thermal mass, and you'd want to double the concrete block or do something, you turn them long ways. This whole idea is I want the walls at least 18 inches before 2 foot thick because I'm trying to maximize thermal mass. And you could have a berm up against it. Now this has got, part of this is underground. You're just not seeing that part, but it shows later in the diagram. So I'm going to stop this and we're going to go back to the chat room, see how everybody's doing. I'll stop the share. Hello. All right, now if y'all want to continue this, y'all can say so. And I know I missed a ton of comments. I might just zip down to the bottom in the comment section, see what people are talking about right now. Give me a second, yikes. I'm having to bounce around here from different things. There we go, it was maximized. And let's see what's over there. Hopemongering, there we go. Any Coors Light on tap. You want it. Echo on the force. It's a beautiful, practical design house, Greg. Well, thank you. Randy, I don't need to sell. I'm retired. Okay. I sell for fun, but I own 8 machines. Wow. It's interesting. Let's see, that's something you can do from working from home. And that's the kind of stuff I'm trying to promote, guys. That's exactly what I'm trying to promote. Seeing a house inside a geodome. Yeah, that's kind of getting close to it right there. Getting kind of close to it. Let me scroll back up. I can design and see anything, says Penny. That's good. Where's the lounge, says Arnold? Wherever you want it to be. The basement is huge for lounge area. So let's see. Greg, is that ice cream? Ah, you busted me. Oh my God. You guys are too quick. Is war coming? Well, it may darn well be, but I hope not. Yeah, guys, that's, we talk about these kind of things so often in the channel. The prospects for war are really too big now, especially since we have so many different potential adversaries in the world to fight each other and or to fight us. It's Pakistan versus India, China versus India, Israel versus Iran. course, we could get pulled into that because there's U.S. versus Iran, there's U.S. versus China, there's U.S. versus Russia. And right now, Russia and China are being allies, but there'll be more than enemies in time. That's why I kept saying we should make peace with Russians and use them to countervail against China. But we blew that opportunity. Maybe we could reculture it. Got some short videos of sunsets here in my pad in Alaska. Oh, I bet. The cool thing about Alaska is much of the year, the sun just kind of scans around the horizon. So you get a whole lot of sunset and sunrise in Alaska. And you know, the lighting's different in Alaska because a lot of the day the sun's at lower angles. So the skies in Alaska tend to have a lot of pink hues, blues, and pink stuff you don't see so much down here. A lot of different colors, especially as you get further north. So the skies look different. Rocks look different. Trees look different. It's an ice planet Alaska, for Pete's sakes. It's a whole nother planet, I'm convinced. It's got a road that goes all the way from here to there. You can do it by vehicle, reach another planet, and not even leave Earth. All right. So let's see. Make sense. Greenhouse your home. There you go. That's right. That's right. Wait for coffee run. Thank you for doing that. Yeah. Got to get back up to Alaska sometime. Need to do that. Katie's trying to get me up to Maine. Maybe I have to do that too. I collect material and use clothes to make stuff. Well, that's good. That's a good skill to have because people, look, sewing is a very important skill. Not so many people have it anymore. But when it hits the fan, you can't go to the stores. Guess what? People like Granny are going to be in huge demand. Got worms. Yeah, but not enough, not where I want to sell them yet. So you have coffee. Can you talk about quantum frequencies, vibrations, and heck and light? You know what the God frequency is? 432 hertz, which is the original A note, right? And how do you pronounce it? Max Bear was walking down the Mount Hollywood Tunnel chanting that. I didn't know why he was chanting my middle name, but I belted out, Halo, roll out. And I got, go check out my Voice from Light from Voice, video on my Galactic Graves channel. You'll see it. Light emanating from my voice. But Hugh is considered the God frequency according to some people. It's happens to be my middle name. My first name, somebody commented on my last video that I'm a watchman. That's my name. Gregory, literally in Greek, is the watchman. Hugh in Greek means of holy, means of the mind. But Hugh is also the God frequency. Isn't that weird? And Allison in Teutonic, I don't know, it comes from Teutonic, but Teutonic meant of holy fame. So my name is literally the watchman of the mind of holy fame. Is that weird or what? I put that together one another. What the heck does that mean? Yay! But you know, here I am keeping eyes wide open and head on the swivel. I'm watching and I'm sharing with you guys. So how about that? So we're coming together, and hopefully that's working out. Say, Granny, yes, but not real fancy. Well, we don't need fancy. We need functional when it hits the fan, guys. We need functional. Fancy ain't gonna cut it. You don't want fancy when you're out scrapping around on the ground and digging them taters. You don't need fancy. Natto, ancient Japanese superfood made with all kinds of goodies. Any one day's cool place. Was that Willie Fixit? Moringa trees. Yeah, I hope to have some of those in my Arizona place. That moringa grows well in the desert, I hear. But my desert's gonna be cooler than the desert around Phoenix. So, Sweeps, what do you think? What from Phoenix is going to transplant up to Snowflake? The watchman of the mind. That's right, holy thing. Whatever that means. Curious, right? They said there's no consequences. When people tell us our names mean something. But Hughes got that double thing because it's also God frequency. The original A before they changed it, right? Chinook, that's right. Hey, Lou. Hang a rocket from a balloon and off we go. I want to fly a rocket into space. I want to begin an amateur space race. Hey, Lou. Hang a rocket from a balloon and off I go. All right, Grozy says, my friend, and sometimes blast frequencies for our plants, 19 to 29 hertz. Do you believe it helps accelerate the growth? Well, it might. I'm not sure what frequency works best for plants, but hey, they also say playing classical music is good for them. Of course, that next song. Just what works. There we go. Bill Sipley. So a Tunder's image on YT video can change your vapor. What? Gallstones. Oh, Bob. Yeah, ultrasound. Yeah, they can work with gallstones, definitely. A lot of you guys helped me a lot of things. Alaska was my best trip. Lived there 2 years. 100 miles from this red light. My name means pure. Italian is Katrina, okay? Means little darling. Sound like a song. Little darling, little darling. Oh my, little darling. Katie time. Katrina time. I gotta work on that one now. Let's see, I was telling my first name. Janet meant the gift from God. Well, you probably are. To her you were. Greg, I have free range worms. I don't do poison on my land. There you go, that girl. That's the way to be. Hey, that's why I do the worms. I do videos to tell you, learn how to garden. We don't have to go sort of buy stuff. And worms is one of the keys to making it work. Well, if it's I'm camping out, got sick dog. Oh, you're camping out now? Dog sick. Why? I'll tell me why. Katrina is a beautiful name. Yeah, it is. If I said it right. Shelly Meyer. Hey, Greg. Halo. Well, halo to you. All right. Same as Dorothy, huh? Dorothy. So, when over the rocket. You don't think I was going to say that, did you? Oh, that's not say. Water fixed on empty. I don't know what it is. So as I finish this coffee, we're probably going to do a prayer station in this video. And I'm almost done. I got to go outside and plant my greens, guys. Yeah. I should show y'all some couple of things before we do that, though. I'm going to kill a couple of sites here. Maybe I should show you something else. What is it? Windy, when the space weather, I kill those out. A little bit of sausage making here. I think I can show you something or two. Share that. Try that. I'm sure or not. Let's see. Share. Yeah, sure. Guys, here's my directory. I'm building my
sled bed video in.
You see, I got lots of video clips in here. And some of these are an hour or two long. And it's various things I'm doing to build the worm beds. And a lot of it just mean running drills and such. You know, doing what's showing me running drills forever could be boring, except I am talking when I'm doing it. And hopefully I'm getting enough discourse to make it worthwhile. As you know, sometimes when I put together an edited video, I like to throw in some pictures for fun, some sound effects, you know, like this. Let's see. I'm over here. There's a sound there. Sound on this is turning way down or something. There it is. Too loud. We'll get it here in a minute. Yeah, I'm just waiting till I get a copyright strike on some of that. And when they hit me with that, I'll show them. Yeah, I would show them the original video, except there's no rule. Don't give me a means to kill some of this stuff. It's often me just literally beating on my desk or a plastic bookshelf outside or something. That's where a lot of that sound comes from. I got the birds chirping and different things. I throw in just at the beginning and the end some odd pictures, you know, like, hey, how about a garden gnome? Hey, Connie, you're still in the house? Connie always calls me her garden gnome. You know where this is? The urban homestead? Yeah, I was there. This is the DeVace family homestead right here in Pasadena, California. They grow 7,000 pounds of food a year in their backyard on 1/10 of an acre. That's what my universal habitat home is based on, guys. So it's a perfect place for a garden gnome. I could just exist there, right? Where's Connie at? She's still in the house. Oh, let's see. We'll stop that share. And I'm going to go over. Let me go back to Connie's responding to me here. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, Jets haven't caught up yet. So I'll do another share here in a minute. I'm going to click my momentum, please. And I want to open something else. Oh, I don't know if y'all saw that or not. That was a photograph. Because I opened it, don't mean y'all saw that. Might have, because I was sharing that on the screen. Let's go back to the video, see if y'all saw that or not. So we're going to do another share screen. Pull up the, hang on, guys. I've got to open the application so I can share it. So I numbered I sorted those videos and I numbered them. I gave them names so they would sort properly in my video editor. My software that I edit videos in. Now I got a real clunky video editor software here. If I can share it. Ding, ding, ding. All right, here's what I'm actually producing this video in. And I have spent hours, hours, and hours trying to edit it. And I got it down. I've not got through all the segments included yet, and it's down to an hour. And I would cut out lots of stuff. And really and truly, I probably ought to cut out a whole lot more, but I probably won't just because it's time. It takes so much time to edit this stuff now. So everything with a check mark has been included in this video. The stuff down here has not been included yet. So we'll find the pictures I was going to use. As blue one, this is the last segment I'm working on. I'll be real careful when I'm in here. So anyway.
As I paint the inside of them with some
things to do. For some reason, I don't have full control of this right now. I can't go all the way back to the beginning. What it like. I'm going to scroll bar at the bottom of the screen probably because I'm over here with you guys. Trying to scroll it back. Slow. See there, I'm drilling holes. Taking a worm. Well, let's see different things in here. See all these breaks I've had to add in here. And they're probably mostly where I cut stuff out or where I join videos together. Yeah, this is taking too long to scroll back. I can't quite get it all the way back. For some reason, I don't have full control authority. Oh, I got so much other stuff going on here, I guess.
I'll get that big.
Sharing some worms.
All right, everybody asked about my worms. What kind of worms do we have? Here's what we have. We'll turn this bed apart and we got some worms in here. These are definitely big enough to go fishing with, guys. Definitely red worms are big enough to fish with. I mean, just dig through here.
There's a way back over there. Must have selected something. It's not playing everything.
Hello, this is Greg Allison from Green Greg's.
And that is after they're built. And then I go into the building. Actually, I go into tearing apart the older beds, and then I go into building these. So this will be quite a video. The production of it's been pretty complex for me. It's taken me a lot of time. See, this was back in April. So I'm doing this video after I had my car wreck. I'm actually out here on a crutch, but when I was actually building these things was all just before the car wreck. So that's the difference. I might have been on a crutch touching up some paint afterwards. That's pretty much it. So I had my car wreck right after I did most of the main building. And I've not been quite as active since. I'm going to stop that share. It's taken a while to put all that stuff together. I'm working on that video right now. And I'd hope to have it out today. I posted the other video I did this morning. Earlier, if I had done that, let's see, what else was I going to share? I'm going to share something off my YouTube site. So a lot of people don't like it when I got two camps of followers. I got people like prepping and people like gardening. Well, most of my followers are in the prepping category. My gardening videos don't normally do as well. It's normally 500 or less views. Now this one picked up more views probably because this one gets some views. This one because I covered something that was poison, and I said warning. Anytime you say warning or breaking or something in front of a video, it gets extra attention. But this was a valid warning. Poison hemlock spread. Well, that grabbed a lot of attention for a gardening wild edible type video, so it's got a fair number of views for something in that category. I'm surprised that this one didn't do better. This kind of topic should have been over 1,000 already, but it's probably because I had all these other videos already posted today, so it's getting a lot of competition for views between this one and the one we're doing right now. So all that together, this one's not performing as well as a video like this one does. This is performing better, but typically gardening videos get in the hundreds of views, whereas my videos about, things to keep your eyes wide open, the head on swivel about do a lot better, like 2,200, 1,300 versus our little live streams that don't do all that well. It cost me subscribers and don't get a lot of views. This one only got 578 views. Start prepping now, prepping video, almost 4,000 views. Death of a Nation with John Hollerman, almost 4,000 views. This one got almost 2,000. So let's see, but the gardening videos typically lag quite a bit. 15, there's 597, less than 600 views. So that's what's typical. Okra experiment, 593 views with a follow-up said less than that. So there you go, guys. That's just kind of a snapshot of what works, what don't work. But if you go into my channel, and if I go in to the studio, so actually I got up to 52,007 before I posted this last video, and it dropped back down to 51,097. That's coming back up some. It's bouncing around. It's because people in different camps don't like different videos I do. Gardeners don't like these kind of videos for some reason. All right. Those are the channel analytics. If you don't know who looks at my channel, who my viewers are. All right, so we're on here now. We're getting, because I put 3 videos out today. You see today's views compared to the ones before, and even when I wasn't hardly doing anything, you see a big difference there on the views. So what the biggest videos were. This one's usually number 2 or number 1, and now it's down to number 4. But earnings, it don't even show on the earning chart, which is crazy. So I'm not really earning anything for that video compared to the number 50% on the audience. These are my analytics, guys. Oh, what happened to Monday? Monday just suddenly grayed out a lot. Monday's not good anymore. That's interesting. I just went less. That's a new change, a new wrinkle. Monday just aren't such a good day to post anything. It looks like. But usually, if I go anything after 9, it's got less chance of being successful. So 2 to 9 are the best times for me. We got 2 to 9. But usually, I can't even get a video posted after 9. Just got so much going on. If you're also watching my channel, get this. Other channels your audience watches. So this is who's watching my channel. Canadian Prepper, Southern Prepper 1, Alaska Prepper, City Prepper, Prepper Nurse 1. I like Prepper Nurse 1. He gardens, he just got a good attitude overall. Alaska Prepper, he's one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet. Little sweet guy. City Prepper, yawn. Canadian Prepper, he's fun, but he's a little bit too woke. Magic Prepper, Deep South Homestead. I bet he covers some prepping. Yeah, but that's a homestead channel. That's the only homestead channel on here. It's the only channel even related to gardening, except for Prepper Nurse 1, who's both a gardener and a prepper. And it's mostly sisters doing the gardening, asymmetric. So these are all MD Creekmore. That's definitely a prepping channel. Born Andres Boyle Hanson. Man, I love this guy. But he talks so slow. It takes him forever to make a point. But English is not his first language. His points are good. He's got good insight. This channel is taking a beating. Viking Preparedness. He's a good guy. So, yeah, a lot of good channels here. But this shows what is watching my channel is preppers. If you see the overall strength of my videos, the ones that do best are prepper oriented, except for the worm video, which is just gets a lot of views because that's one of my earlier videos, but it don't earn me as much money per view as a lot of my other videos, which is kind of crazy. I don't know why that is. So it's definitely my most viewed video, but I got a lot of prepper videos that are up there too. So let's get back to that. But it's that reason I'm putting all this out is I'm really deliberating what to do with the channel. I'll stop this shit. We'll talk about it for a minute. So I'm really wondering what to do with this channel. Because every time I put up a gardening video, preppers unsubscribe. Every time I put up a video on prepping, gardeners and people subscribe for worm farming, unsubscribe. And so every time I put up a live session, they both unsubscribe. Except my hardcore core guys, like you guys. It's kind of crazy. So I'm really thinking about splitting this channel into a gardening channel and a prepping channel. I guess I'd have to make Green Greg's my prepping channel. Maybe add a little prepping to it and come up with an alternate gardening channel, maybe Green Greg's Garden and Worm Farm. Full name of my business is the channel. I don't know what to go about there. The problem is that I may damage both channels initially by doing that. Then it's a whole nother channel to keep up with, you know, to keep up with Galactic Graves. But it might keep from losing so many subscribers, and it might get my view rates up. There's channels that are much smaller than mine. If you look at subscribers, there's like I'm right here, and they're down here. They get that many videos and only post half as many views, and only post half as many videos. I've seen channels do it consistently. So when you have a little bitty channel, you get way more views. And actually, I used to get more views when I was a smaller channel than I'm getting right now. Why is it I got 52,000 subscribers and I get this many views when I used to get this many views? I've seen other channels that are smaller, we get more views. And I used to get a lot more subscribers per month than I'm getting now. I used to get 1,000 a month. Now I'm got 223 this past month. No, I hadn't much, so I got 2,000, 3,000, or 1,200 subscribers in a month. Boom, boom, boom. That's going gangbusters. And now, of course, the network. I really don't like some of my topics, you know. They're somewhat less than fond of some of the stuff I cover. But I try to keep it legally within the guidelines. So I really watch what I say very carefully, but, you know, just the fact I'm talking about certain things probably doesn't help me. But the other thing that don't help is they don't know when I put a video out if it's prepping or it's gardening. So they just put it out to everybody that they put it out to, and it don't perform well compared to the kind of video it is. That's why, because if they put it out there, it's a prepping video, and they put it out for gardeners to see they're not subscribed. They put a gardening video out for preppers, you know, the preppers aren't looking at it. So it's the videos don't perform like they ought to for a channel my size. And so my overall viewership was and they quit promoting as much. So a lot of it is algorithmic and how it's doing. It's, you know, and the YouTube creator channels, the guys that tell you how to do a YouTube channel, they tell you make your channel, pick a topic and make it really narrow and just do one thing. And you say your channel is really successful. And most successful channels do just that. I'm covering too broad a range. And even doing a channel on gardening and worm farm, really, that should be two separate channels. They're too far apart, according to that philosophy. Prepping, I said I got several kind of prepping videos. When I cover the news, that is really different than prepping, believe it or not. So maybe I should just do a swivel head news channel. Or just split that out and nothing else. I might do that. I might just split out the news content. I don't know. But also I notice that when you want to look at my videos and you go to my channel and you're looking for a certain topic, it's really hard to sort for them in my channel. Now you can find some stuff on my greengregs.com channel, at least in the gardening, the worm farming, the wild edibles. Those videos are easier to find there than they are on my YouTube channel because I've set them up that way. I'm really thinking a lot of my videos are timed. They're good for a certain period of time. It was like a news item. That news item becomes history. And some of them are just, you know, they're just outdated. I'm thinking about taking a lot of that stuff and making that content private or making it for subscribers only and do a subscription basis on this YouTube channel. And I don't know if I should set up a Patreon channel or something different on the addition. So I can talk about a lot of things. I don't know, guys. I'm still trying to figure out which one I'm going to go with this channel. My channel has kind of a civil war with itself. It's kind of fighting itself. And that's not really good for the viewers. It's not good for me. I should be by now. If I kept growing the way I was growing, I'd be 150,000 by now, maybe 200,000 viewers. And getting way more views per month. And I might even be able to make a living off this channel if I hadn't made it such a wide draw course. But it does reflect me more. But you know, I also got a space channel because that is definitely off course for this content. But we do talk about space in there a lot. So, all right. So that's my little discussion of where we're at. I'm gonna go back to the chat session, see what everybody's saying. Because I'm looking for your feedback, but you're my most loyal followers. So what your response might not be typical of what other people would be thinking. So let's see what we got here in our chat. It says, hey Souls, how you doing? It's just another thing. I should have shown you that too. It goes, that would be a good idea, gardening and worm channel and a second channel for prepping. Greg's prepping swivel heads. I'm just thinking about swivel head news. Barbie Thor. I don't like Patreon personally. Yeah, it's got its downside, that's for sure. Arnold Smith says, well, we are enough intelligence to be able to make the assumption based on the data trend and Green Regs. I'm still your friend no matter what. Yeah, see, that's, you guys are the loyal core. You're going to follow me no matter where I go and what I talk about. And you'll even go and watch my space videos because y'all like me and you like what I covered and you know where I'm coming from. But a lot of people, it's just amazing how many people will see a video they don't like. I just automatically, because it's off topic, I just automatically unsubscribe. Or, this channel, now that I talk prepping has a conservative bent to it. Even if you're Canadian prepper, he's probably a liberal guy, maybe, because he does believe in global warming. No, not global warm, WARMING, not me who believes in WORMING. He's definitely into the warming crowd, which a lot of preppers are not. And a lot of preppers don't like him because of that. But typically, prepping is equated as being a conservative topic. I don't know why. I do cover some stuff that has a bit of a conservative bent. I'm a libertarian more than anything. Yeah, but a lot of people that garden and buy worms are liberals. And when they see this content, it really turns them off. And they'll subscribe to me for worm farming, and then they'll unsubscribe when I talk about prepping or when I talk about freedom. Now, freedom is an awful thing to have, apparently, according to some people. Don't know why. So it seems that freedom is an awful thing. I like Silverhead News. I kind of like that too, so it's got a ring to it, right? I love your space channel. Well, thank you. I need to do more on that. It's just hard to get to everything. And one of the reasons I don't do so much stuff there is it's just not monetized. That's another thing. I get so many people fuss up about commercials, or fuss up at me for taking a little time to promote the channel and offer commercials. Like, really? What are you, a communist? Are you a socialist? You think I should do all this work for nothing? I got another channel I could do the same thing on. And I know more space content than I know prepping content. I could do that channel and make it run circles around what I'm doing here, because that is what I've done for decades. I won't say millennia. Feels like it. Day and night, I have done space stuff. I am all over that. I mean, how many people have got a rocket motor sitting next to the side when they do videos? And this was a rocket motor for a hybrid rocket for a program I ran. It was in Spaceship 1 and Spaceship 2 and Branson's Ride to Space used this technology. In fact, this is the granddaddy of Branson's motors. I've done some work for SpaceX. I've got the space awards, run space conferences, run power grid defense conferences too, by the way. But I care about the future. I care about humanity. I care about people. I devoted my life to this kind of stuff, guys. But it's cost me not paying enough attention to my own finances. I got to go back and take care of some personal business now and get things set in order. Anyway, I love everything you put out, says Grant. Thank you. Thank you for the show. So I'm loading the quantum mechanics grow fertilizer image on 7 cell phones. Wow. Anyway, so I have to go hunt for watch your videos. Though they hide you. Oh, they hide me. So you have to hunt and find my stuff. Well, see, that's the problem. That's just it, guys. The platform really. Well, that's why I need you guys sharing my videos. That's why I need y'all voting likes. And somebody give me an unlike in here. Wow. Well, I hope whoever do that would speak up and say why. How come you didn't like the video today, guys? Maybe I didn't say enough about hope. You might not have saw the first part. Welcome presents for invaders. Bob Dobbs says we have to make a few rockets. There we go. The real, what's that? See, I'm trying to read some of these comments. I'm here and enjoy the different topics and your viewpoints on current events, prepping and gardening. Yeah, to me, it all fits together. To me, it's all one thing. Why do I support space? Because I don't, space is the ultimate bug out, guys. We got all our rocks in one basket here on planet Earth. We need redundancy for our civilization to continue. Bob Daw has been spreading green eggs all over the place. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate that. Kind of scrolling back up to see what I missed. They don't have friends like all us, but I've heard from others they can't tell the truth, or they algorithm. Father Castro packs are in Virginia. The road to Wellville, easy to find. I'm just kind of scrolling. Yeah, I missed a bunch of these comments, guys. Please avoid Joe. Jojo, okay. All right, guys, I've been on here longer than I meant to. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I got 3 hours sleep last night, so I drank a whole pot of coffee today. Pot, 12-cup pot. Bo Channels, A+. Well, thank you, Angel and Ladies. Shadow Bandit is in high gear. Oh, you got that right. Katie Warrior, it's late for me. Good night. You're right, Katie. And I got to go outside and work on microgreens. The fact is, if he visits with everyone, his also draws us along with his country. Well, thank you there, Soulzar. Thank you. I try to be real, guys. Some people really have a hard time with it. I'm a human being, you know. I'm oversubscribed. I got too many irons in the fire. By a long shot, but it's my passion that gets me into that, guys. It's because I care. I'm involved. You know, I started the Freedom Restoration Foundation. We're starting a tribe network. I'm trying to get volunteers to work various aspects of that. I still have to be somewhat involved in it, coordinating, facilitating, and it just gets tough, you know. They say if you want something done, pick a busy guy to get it done. The guy who don't have any time to do anything is probably the guy that's going to get the most done, just because that's what he's used to doing. But it's rough. Other channels getting banned for having really a flag. Greg, you're smart enough beyond what I ever. Well, I don't know that girl. Yeah, don't discredit yourself. Everybody's born with 100 billion brain cells, but you're real down to the worms, the trees. Well, I say I keep my feet not on the ground. I keep my feet in the ground. They're worms, and my head in the stars. So that's me, guys. You know, from the dirt beneath to the stars above. It's all a wonder. It's all a wonder. Everything's a wonder. Where's Andrew? Did we scare him off tonight? We're not giving him enough hope, or is he scared of hope? Guys, you know, the soil, the microbes in the soil are amazing, and how they keep things alive, and the small organisms, the humblest things like the worms and the bees, all the work they do for us, and how they work in concert with the microbes, especially like worms. And so, you know, we've got an amazing world from our feet all the way up to the stars, and we can look at it, look at like the pictures the sky show. We can enjoy the beauty in the sky, the beauty in the stars, the beauty in the soil. You know, something that really grabbed my attention when a kid was just the texture of like tree roots and ground and rocks and moss. It's beautiful. Just the texture of the forest floor, the wood floor, the base of the tree, of the wood, the grain, and a wooden house with the planks and the texture of that. To me, that's beautiful. Rocks in a creek, rocks on a cliff, forest. I love forest. So there's just so much that stop and smell the roses. Even though I'm running full speed, that don't mean I ain't looking as I'm running, guys. But this stuff is registering, you know, and I'm going, yeah. So you do have to appreciate that thing. That's also part of that hope. That's it. And we'll finish this on hope. We'll go into prayer sessions here for those that need it. Green graves, like people that irritate me. Yeah, there are a lot of people out there that try that. There's a lot of people just want to be irritated, apparently. So, I've got ideas on engines for space flight. Okay. So, we can have a bold future. There's resources on this planet that
you talk about people living in our habitats. Well, you don't need much in resources. You really don't need much resources or much energy to live a very prosperous life. That's the truth. You're out here on Earth. You can live a very prosperous life for a little money. Those buildings ain't going to cost that much to build if you build them out of sandbags. But yeah, you got to frame it. Shoot, you can frame them with ISO shipping containers, for Pete's sake.
ISO shipping containers you can buy for about $2,000 a pop, and you got a section that's 20 foot, 20 to 40 foot long, 8 foot wide, and about 8 foot tall. That's a big chunk of wall for $2,000. That ain't bad. But also you can open it up and use it inside for storage or make it living space. What you can do with ISO shipping containers is amazing. But you can incorporate them into this habitat thing as a wall. Just dig out some trenches, put a berm of dirt right up against it, bada bing, bada bang, and stack them things up as high, really high, not as high as you dare. Unless you really want to build a skyscraper, you're pushing it. But they're very, very capable. So, and they could be, you look, here's another thing. I did that whole design based on, like a 50 foot by 100 foot, 10 foot rotor foot. So it's 50 by 90. Gives you a tenth of an acre enclosed, by the way. So if you wanted to take an acre is 5,200, no, that's a mile. Excuse me. 43,560 square feet is an acre. I was going wild for something. So if you divide that by 10, then you got 4,356 square feet. Now, if I divided that by 40, about 40 instead of 50, then I got about 108.9 or 109 feet long. Now, the reason I divided by 40 is you can buy roof trusses for chicken houses in Albertville, Alabama, just down the road from me. When they tear down chicken houses, they're selling those roof trusses all the time. They're trying to get people to buy them. And you can buy the roof trusses cheap, but because they're already prefabbed a lot and built for chicken houses, if you want to buy new roof trusses, that's a very common size. They're used a lot. 40 foot wide is very common. So you could buy roof trusses pretty cheap at 40 foot wide. And then you need to make your whole thing about 109 foot long, 110. You might as well just round it up. So 40 by 110 foot, you got over a tenth of an acre. And so you got this thing. Now you could, if you chose, use the ISO shipping containers as the internal walls. Now how do you keep your tenth of an acre? You could put them roof trusses just inside a lip, or you could, or just grow on the roof, top of your ISO shipping containers, just pick it up a few feet, and you still have your tenth of an acre grow area. So there's tons of ways to do this stuff, guys. Tons of ways to do this stuff. And there's ways to do it cheap. Tires are cheap. You build these things out of tires. Sandbags aren't that bad. Block is one of the more expensive ways to go. But 3D printing apparently is cheaper than building a block. Manufacturers tell us you don't use all the labor of putting block on block on block. And there's ways, now there's good ways and bad ways to do sandbags. What you need to do is build a loading jig. So all your sand pours in through a chute right into the bag, so you can bag it up fast. There's another channel, Green Dream channel or something out in Arizona, building a sandbag building, or they're doing it the hard way. I love them. They're an interesting couple, and they're good guys. But and they built a cistern with sandbags, and now they're building a home with sandbags. And sometimes I come in and watch their videos. I've been in their live chat a couple of times with great people, but they really do it the hard way, and it takes some time. So there's ways to get that stuff moving faster. When you put it down the sandbags, you put 2 strands of chicken wire on. Believe it or not, that helps hold them in place. And you can actually offset the sandbags over time to neck it up into a dome if you want to do that. But I want open top because I'm trying to get the sun in. So I just want to build my walls straight up, whether it's in a cylinder or square, rectangle. I want to build my wall straight up because I'm trying to get the sun inside. Anywho. Cool new day. What's going on new day? All right, so there's a lot of stuff that like that, but there's just different things to play with, guys. If you want to have a roof on it, you can cover it with glass, you can cover it with shade cloth if you need to, or you can put down glass or polycarbonate or polyethylene and cover that over with shade cloth. There's lots of options. my Mars habitat, I would prefer to use polycarbonate because it's made out of constituent materials that are all exist in great amounts in the atmosphere of Venus. You can build the struts out of the struts in the main building things out of carbon, which is plentiful in the atmosphere of Venus. So you can build a whole dang balloon out of the atmosphere of Venus, believe it or not. You probably make carbon rocks, but I think I would drop a bucket down the surface and dredge up rock from the surface and use them. What you can do, there's materials that will handle the heat difference, quite a few materials. So that's what I'd do. But I'd probably have a sinker dirigible that would operate at lower altitude, so I wouldn't have to make the drag line so darn long. You know, a 40-foot cable, 40-mile cable. Oh no, you know, a cable that's 50 kilometers long hanging down. You might could do it. Since it's hanging, but boy, it'd be a lot. Greg, and may God continue to bless you and your family. Hope to see you in heaven. Oh, there you go, Arnold. Thank you. Yeah. Let's see here. Dave Dobbs. Let's see. Bob Dobbs talking to Dave Dobbs. I found the Dobbs object. You're talking about there. Go back into talks about Planet X. I don't. You don't see me talking about that. So down the road, there's houses built with shipping containers sitting on top of pressure treated trusses on concrete foundation. There you go. If that place has a fire down inside the concrete basement, well, yeah. Yeah, think about that kind of stuff. Absolutely. Well, it's like, building concrete with rebar in it and putting it in an area where salt fog is predominant. Like Florida. You might get some building collapses in time. Sure enough, that's happened trapped inside the basement. You don't want to be like that. So, okay, you're smart. Very good. All righty, guys. We've covered a lot of ground here. Covered by, showing y'all that prepping is main topic of my channel, apparently. At least that's what people want to watch mostly. It's prepping. So, I started this channel out to be an urban farming channel. In fact, my welcome video just talked about urban farming. Don't talk about prepping at all. That's what I started the channel out to be. But I did a video about my power grid fence stuff because somebody requested me to do that. And I ran a power grid fence compass. And that was the first video that went viral on my channel. Got 100,000 views, short time flat, and got a whole bunch of subscribers, and my subscribers are preppers. So that's what set us up to be a prepping channel. Just kind of fell into it accidentally. But I am a prepper, so it fits. I'm a prepper. I'm a gardener. I'm a worm farmer. I'm a space guy. I'm a rocket guy. I'm an electrical engineer. So I wish Rex would interview John Moore. Now, who is John Moore? I don't know John Moore. All right, guys. Definitely some planetary objects near the sun. Mercury, Venus. They used to think there was a planet Vulcan inside the orbit of Mercury. I never found it. Maybe that's where the Star Trek come up with planet Vulcan, right? Not, man. Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason for the season. Use material from planet surface, run risk of bio and bug viruses. Not on Venus, because the surface of Venus is 900 degrees Fahrenheit. Venus is the perfect place to settle. Because at 50 kilometers of the balloon, if you hermetically sealed your house to the atmosphere of Venus, because Earth air is so much less dense than Venetian air with all the carbon dioxide in it, your house would float right at about 50 kilometers where the atmospheric pressure and temperatures are just like right here. The only thing is it's got some acid in the air, so you'd have to wear like a frog suit if you went outside. There's some anti-acid suit that won't have a frog suit. And you need a breathing apparatus just because there's no oxygen, not a free oxygen in the atmosphere of Venus. So you'd be basically like a frog when you walk around, but you wouldn't need a space suit. The temperature is the same, the pressure is the same. And you're more protected from radiation by the thicker atmosphere, and there won't be micrometeoroids hitting you. And the gravity is 90% of Earth's gravity. So it'd be far more like living on Earth than going to the moon or Mars. Venus has got lots of advantages, and you can build stuff in the atmosphere. Well, the atmosphere has got so much material in it, and you can dredge stuff up to the surface. Bada bing, bada bang.
The Mandrel sisters sang.
There were country before country was cool. I was a prepper before prepping. Yeah, amen. There was no, when I started prepping, there was no word for prepping. And prepping was invented long after I started prepping as a word. You know, we just called it survival. And in the old days, it was just a way of life. Yeah, let's see. Hope you're all able to see the meteor shower tonight. Yeah, I'm going to have to go outside in a minute. I got to work in the trailer. I got to do some microgreens work, guys. So, been saying that. It's already 1:12. I didn't plan to be on here this long. I'm getting super chats tonight. So let's see. Let's get ready to call it a night here. Rocket Man is well balanced. I try to be, guys. But you know, like I say, I've got too many irons to fire. I've got a worm farm. I got our client's house. I got a greenhouse. Let's see. I got the garden. I got the trailer and microgreens. I got a house. I ain't got nobody. You know, it's just me here, guys. Just me right now. And you know, I'm trying to do 2 YouTube channels. I got a day job. So, you know, it's a challenge, guys. It really keeps me busy. But I do it for passion. You know, before I was doing this stuff, it was all space. You know, I had started a space company. That's what this rocket motor sitting here I just showed you is all about. I started an amateur project watching rockets in space. That got me this thing. I was an officer in the local chapter of the National Space Society. I was the founder of it. I was back in 1983. So I've been active all my life. And I was an officer in the National Space Society. I was the chairman of the executive committee at one time, which is the CEO of the National Space Society. I chaired the policy committee for 10 years. I was executive vice president for 9 years. I was head office. I was just super involved in a lot of stuff. I ran the halls of Congress. I sat down at dinner with the Secretary of Transportation, Panetta. I've had astronauts sitting there. I've had Buzz Aldrin has quoted me in an article he wrote. He called my house twice. Hugh Downs has called my house. So you know, but I'll go out and talk to a homeless guy. And sometimes that's more interesting than some of these other people I just named. So what? You know, I get here in the dirt, you know, and work in the farm. I grew up on a farm, guys. I mean, that's where I'm from. That's what I do. But you know, it don't mean it can't all fit together. One thing that tickled me is see that girl says, "Wow, I met Greg. I can't type. I warned you." I can't type either. You know, I understand that. I resemble that remark. I was at farmers market once, and the guy who was the head of NASA, Michael, what's his name? Michael Griffin. One time, the entire head of NASA. He's a huge guy in the Department of Defense now. Now, I met this guy at conference, stood there and talked to him in conference. He actually went to the same dentist office I went to. We talked in the dentist office, but you know, I was dressed up like I would dress up to go to work before I started wearing all this jungle gear. And now, of course, I was wearing a suit when I met him at the conference. But one day I was at the farmer's market, sitting in my booth, and I had some jalapeno peppers out there on the table in front of me. And he walked up and bent over and looked at my peppers. And I'm sitting there with a straw hat with the top of my hat blown out. And the hat was wore and slapped out. And he leaned over and I said, "Well, hey, Mike, how you doing?" He's totally jumped back like impressed. Like, how's this guy know who I am? And I said, "What's the matter, Mike? Don't I look like a rocket scientist?" He said, "Well, as a matter of fact, no." He walked off and I just died laughing. Just died laughing. What a twerp. What a twerp. You know, he fell in my he fell about 40 pegs in my estimation then. Self-righteous, you know, whatever. So what? You know. Say Granny says, "I love me a good hobo." I used to be a typist. Oh, okay. All right, guys. So who all we had prayer requests for? That girl. We need to pray for that girl, her granddaughter. We should pray for Granny Lana's granddaughter and for Granny Lana. Granny Lana's granddaughter's named Kylie. We need to pray for Randy Bly from the Blue Bottle Money Farm. Well, thank you, April. Appreciate that. You know, guys, that really does help because these a lot of times these live chats don't get monetized. So the first thing I do when I go off is they demonetize them after kill. So I appreciate that. That helps, guys. It really does. It really helps, guys. You know, I put a lot of time in these videos with you guys, so it helps when I get a little reward back, guys. I really appreciate that. So, got any, April, you got anything specific you'd like to ask before we go here? Kaylee, that's right, Kaylee. All right, guys, we need to do a little prayer session, guys. 108 likes, appreciate that. Honestly, thanks, April. Yeah, thank you. We appreciate that, guys. Really do.
Pray for Vicky Savage. Oh, yes, absolutely. Vicky just got out of the hospital, guys. She had blood clots in the lung, and she said this last time it did her permanent heart damage. So we definitely need to pray for Vicky. For our children's children, that's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. We got to pray for the nation, our freedoms too, guys. We're, you know, this is a video about Hopemongering. We probably need to do some more Hopemongering videos. I guess Hopemongering scared Andrew off. He didn't stay with us long in that video. Pray for Jimmy and Greg. Oh, well, thank you, Granny. Jimmy is my oldest brother. He's got the prostate cancer, and we've got to get an operation to get that thing taken out of him. Sleep deprivation kills. I've lived on sleep deprivation my entire adult life. I've got more waking hours than my oldest brother, who's 10 years older than me. So, yeah, but I got to somehow learn to start sleeping. I got work to do tonight. Prayers for Vicky, absolutely. All right, guys, let's go into a quick prayer session here. All right. Pray for peace. Amen. Amen. There's always pray for peace on earth and will for all men. Yep. Live by the golden rule. Absolutely. Voice in my head says, Eden, do you have somebody in the chat room that kind of has a connection there, guys? Somebody in the chat room has got a connection. Bob, Eden. I think you should say that. Yes, I should say that. Amen and amen. There we go. Thank you, Souls Eye. Thank you, New Days always. Appreciate everybody for chiming in, saying some prayers here, praying for each other. Definitely believe in the power of prayer. And I always tell everybody, I didn't really say it this time, but the whole idea is everybody prays according to their own faith and their own way of praying. We're not a religious channel, guys, not by any means, but it doesn't mean we can't believe in the power of prayer. For those that don't accord with that, you can just hang on until we get done. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to direct anybody toward faith in this, not in this channel. That don't mean I don't
have faith. But you know, if I believe that most people do believe a little bit different. That's all right. But the whole thing is we're all here trying to do good, right? For our world, make it a better place. Well, Dr. H is in the house. Hi, people's coffee ready. Dr. H is down under. It's wintertime there. Dr. H, this is the end right here of good to the last drop, 12 cups of coffee today. Yeah. Woo. Got 3 hours last night. I've been busy today. So I can't get everything done. And I'm not done. I'm heading out to do some microgreen planting. I got to water microgreens. And I just bought some fish food. So I have to feed and water my fish. Too late for that tonight, though. I like to talk about feeding and watering my fish, guys. All right. So, feeling the vibration, says Bob Dobb. There you go. 432 hertz. Dr. H, well, you're a bit late, Doc. Nice to see you. Well, he's on a whole nother time scale on this. Doc, what time is it there? What time is it where you're at? Don't tell Bob she's a daughter of Eve. See any days always, that's what I'm talking about. Daughter of Eve. Yeah, he said Eden, but yeah. Well, maybe thinking Eden. Well, you know, we might have Eden on Venus. Venus would be a good place to build a new Eden. That might be a good name for a first city on Venus. New Eden. Or just Eden. And what we should call it? We don't get thunderbolts from God if we name the city Eden. Well, wowzers, Greg, it's a machine. Getting my youngest to do microgreens at her apartment. That'll work. Oh, light your beard. Oh, I haven't done that in a while. Oh, we'll have to do it. Let me put on some, I guess I can just slip on my Crocs. Let me put on some shoes. Walk outside now. I'm up too long, guys. My feet are swelling a little bit. Just because I'm sitting up too long. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I also drank a bunch of tea today, so coffee wasn't my only caffeine. Light my beard. I forgot all about doing that, guys. Ho, ho, ho. Where's my light switch? Here's my light switch. There we go. Turn that light off to work best. Let's turn the overhead light off. I've only had one sip of coffee in my lifetime. Oh my gosh, well, really? One sip of coffee in your lifetime. Well, you know, the caffeine is what keeps bringing me back. We should pray for Dr. H. His farm is important to provide food for critters. What happened to Dr. H's farm? Did I miss something? 4:30 p.m. Okay, well, it's 12:25 a.m. here, almost 1:30 a.m. So, everybody, when you go to bed, pray for Dr. H's farm. So, let's see here. I am going to switch back to my Zoom so I can see what this looks like when I'm projecting. Got my hair put up in a ponytail in case anybody's wondering. People are always like, Greg, did you cut your hair? No, still there, just up in the ponytail. But every time I put the ponytail and take it out, I lose some. And I keep one of my beard things, and I'm always pulling on it. So here we go. Oh. Ho. From the valley of the Jolly Green Gregs. Ho. Green Gregs. Excuse me. Here we go. Electric beard. Hard to beat, right? Yeah, just keep that there all the time. You know, walk around town with a lit beard. Maybe I should get Christmas lights and put in my beard where they change colors at Christmas. Disco beard.
have some fun on green graves. Maybe that's the real hope monger. Having fun, cutting up. We can still do that, guys. There's no reason not to have fun. There's no reason not to cut up a little bit. All right, so what folks should stand. That's right, Dr. H. Santa Claus is in the house. Gandalf. Yeah, I used to call my Wednesday sessions. I still do sometimes. If I start them at 9, I call them, Woden's Wondrous World. I used to call it Woke Work. The word woke got kind of taken. Greg Allison, you're a scream and you still have a bad cough. Well. Had it for a couple of years now. They've been missing that. Yeah, okay. You're right. We've not been cutting up and having as much fun lately. Maybe it's causing my wreck. Kind of got me in that I've had to deal with. I've had some stuff to deal with lately. A few days always, and that's what I'm talking about. I've had a bit of a challenge here. Please, Greg, don't do a man bun. No, I'm not going to do a man bun. I couldn't stand that. I think those look nutty. I'm not going to do a man bun. Don't worry about that. Granny, I believe. That's a good natural remedy for pneumonia. Well, you got both bacterial and viral pneumonia, but that's new days, old ways. Maybe she want to talk to you about that. Viking braids will do you well. I got plenty of Viking ancestry. That's why I used to do Woden's Woken or Wondrous World. Thought about doing that tonight, but I didn't start at 9. If I started at 9, that's what I call it. But only when I start at 9 p.m. Why? Because 9's Woden's number. Anyway. But hey, I do it all in fun, guys. Just in fun. Even if it's Woden, it's not a pagan thing. Just cutting up. I don't cut up some guys. Oh yeah. I do have a very sophisticated musical instrument. Very sophisticated musical instrument. Here. It takes a lot of skill to play. So it's such a beautiful instrument. It's just a melody, just will make you want to cry. It's really. Down the road there for me, there's a big old holler tree where you lay down and holler, be your head right around the bend. There you come back again with a jug collecting around you. If you never mind you, Lord and man, you are few. If you fill up my mug, I'll fill up my jug with a jug. I put it backwards. Oh, well, I think I got to work on that a little bit. By the way, this musical instrument, which also doubles as a washboard, and I do have a bigger washboard, by the way, was given to me by New Days Always. And she also gave me that thing over there. I don't know if I can pronounce what it is. I sure as heck can't seem to play it. About the only thing I can play is myself. Santa, 1. At first lies adults tell kids. Uh-oh. Hey guys, we're just getting up to have fun. That's all there is. Ho, ho, ho. Alrighty, guys. That's what everybody says about that. Bet you have no fingerprints. If I kept doing it, I wouldn't. I kept doing that. Oops, I lost my chat. What happened? Well, anyway. Well, I hope that entertained everybody so we can leave the night on a laugh. A laugh or a smile. You need a pick for that washboard. Yeah, I guess so. I just bought a Thurman, whatever it said, an instrument you play without touching it. It works on the frequency and movement and position of your body. Wow. That sounds interesting. All righty, guys. We got to call it a night. It's 1:30 already. Holy smoke, I won't get to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. Maybe 5. I'll get in bed as I'm getting up. I'll meet myself getting up as I'm laying down. I did that this last time. I need some water. I drink too much coffee now. I gotta have a chug of water and I'm going out to work. All right, guys. Thank everybody for watching.
Hey, and thank you for the live chat. Mods, thank you for what you do. And thank everyone just for being here. Hope everybody has a great, wonderful night and a wonderful rest of the week. And hope maybe I'll catch you. I got to go to farmers market, of course, Saturday morning. Probably setting up for it by myself. So I don't know if I have time to do a Friday night session this week or not. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And I might be harder pressed to do much video Saturday because I'm probably going solo on this market. Leanne's got 2 sick kids. So it may make it a little tougher, but we'll see. Hopefully I'll be going back to I haven't been to the flea market since I had the wreck, guys. I used to go every Sunday whenever I could, almost every Sunday. But I think I'm about the point we can do the flea market again. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have an awesome night.